Good morning, sir. This is the final examination. Number 1. Captain overall in command. A. In what way a captain can perform his or her duties and responsibilities as overall in command? My answer is sea captain, ship captain, master or chief master is a high-grade licensed mariner who holds ultimate command and responsibility of a merchant vessels. The captain is responsible for the safe and efficient operation of the ship, including its seaworthiness, safety, and security, cargo operation, navigation, management, and legal compliance, and for the person and cargo on board. B. In your own idea, what are the major responsibilities of a captain? My answer is a captain must be comfortable after a bad performance or practice. Captain are expected to perform in a cloth and lead the team to victory. It is also expected that captain will maintain control in the most pressurized situation and be a model of excellence for their teammates. C. If the captain fails to perform his duties and responsibilities, to whom he or she is liable. My answer is the chief engineer and chief officer to perform the duties and responsibilities if the captain falls. Thank you. Chief officer, head of deck departure. A. In what way a chief officer can perform his or her duties and responsibilities as head of the deck department? My answer is these are duties and responsibilities of the chief officer. Number 1. Chief officer is responsibility for performing vessel's navigation watch duty. Number 2. She is responsible for the intercargo operation in port, which includes loading and unloading and cargo planning. Number 3. She is the in charge for maintenance of cargo gear and cargo carried on board ship. Number 4. One of the critical tasks performed by the chief officer is the accountability of the stability of the ship. Number 5. She is responsible for the maintenance of the ship, hold and accommodation. Number 6. All the life saving and firefighting of applicant of the responsibility of the ship officer. Number 7. The duties include the administration tasks of scheduling and distributing work to the crew. She is to build up the coordination with other departments and take part of conflict resolution. Number 9. She is responsible for garbage management of the deck and accommodation part of the ship. Number 10. She is charge of the ballast and operation done on board. Number 11, has to make sure all the crew members are complying with latest rules of MARPOL, SOLAS, and STSW. Number 12, ISPS code is another responsibility that the ship officer has to look over. Training in all the above regulation and convention are to be carried out by the chief officer as per company policy. Number 14, to look after supply, overtime, cost, control records, forecast under requisition and other paperwork on behalf of shore management. Number 15, she is also as SSO ship security officer and responsible for the security of the ship, both in port and at sea. 16. She is the overall safety in charge of the deck crew. 17. She is responsible for the welfare on the crew on board ship. B. What are the major responsibilities of a shipmate? My answer is the major responsibilities of a shipmate duties are specific duties and responsibilities vary by vessel but typically include deck department management, navigation watch, standing cargo operation, safety and firefighting operation, environmental protection, as well as acting as a vessel security officer and medical officer. C. Who are the personnel under his supervision? My answer is the personnel under his supervision are the second mate and third mate. D. In what way that this personnel help her in performing his duties and responsibilities? My answer is the position is junior to a second mate. Other duties vary depending on the type of the ship it is crewing and other factors duties related to the role of safety officer. Focus on responsibility for items such as firefighting equipment, lifeboat, and virus other emergency system. Third mate and third officer is a licensed member of the deck department of merchant ship. The third mate is a watchstand and customarily the ship safety officer and fourth in command, fifth on some ocean liners. Thank you, sir. Number 3, questioner. Head engineer, head of engine department. A. In what way a chief engineer can perform his her duties and responsibilities as head of engine department? My answer is the chief engineer is the manager of the engineering department and is responsible for the engine room, efficient operation and operation of all mechanical equipment of on the ship. In this respect, and the ship engineer shoulders must responsibilities for the safe and continue returning of the ship. B. What are the major responsibility of a ship engineer? My answer is the major responsibility of the ship engineer are ship engineer takes change of an entire engineering department, leading of them as they are complete virus project. Chief engineer works alongside other engineer and technician to approving design, calculating cost, negotiating control, and executing plan safety and efficiently. C. Who are the personnel under the supervision? My answer is these are the second engineer, third engineer, fourth engineer, and junior engineer. In what way? D. In what way that this personnel help him her in performing his duties and responsibilities? My answer is second engineer on board a ship is a schedule and direct maintenance inside the engine room, as the ship might not be able to be in the engine room every day due to paperwork and meeting. It is the second engineer responsibility to report on the plant condition and needs. Third engineer is usually in charge of boilers, fuel, auxiliary engines, can condensate and feed system, and it is third most senior engineer officer on board. Fourth engineer is directly responsible of the ship engineer in the discharge of the duties. He is responsible for the operation of all machinery, pumps, valves, and system control from the engine room. He is assists the second engineer as required with the preparation of spare gear and paperless. Junior engineer to make effort and learn the procedure for operation, overloading equipment, and understand engineer in stand engine room watchkeeping in order to become a responsible and complete officer, ensuring safe operation of the ship as well as personnel and crew safety.